Welcome back to Scoreline. My name is Robinson Okenya. The first part of the show, we were taking a look at results from English Premier League matches that were played yesterday, as well as the NBA and Bundesliga. In this part of the show, I want us to take a look at the Kulundeng festival that was held yesterday at the Parklands Sports Club in Nairobi. The aim of the festival is promoting mental health amongst former footballers, and Hippos FC emerged the winners after defeating Ulinzi Legends in the final. I leave you with the conversation I had with the organizers and what the future holds for this festival.
Thank you, Robbie. First of all is to thank God for all this. It's been 4 years of consistency. We are here for the 4th edition. It's always a month-long knockout tournament for unfit football or non-professional footballers. We are coming together as the 12th person, the fans, just to try and do something and emulate or demonstrate rather to the mainstream or the professional players and management how things should be done. So we are here, we are happy, it's happening. The finals is between Ulinzi Stars Legends, former Ulinzi Stars players, and Hippos FC. So yeah, let's see how it's gonna be.
Lots of teams want to take part in this competition. As you said, it's a knockout competition. We have the final, Ulinzi Legends, Hippos. I mean, aside from that, you've spoken about unfit and the not so professional players taking part in this tournament. And as we were speaking, there's something that you mentioned. This edition, it's all about mental health. What can you say about that?
Yeah, basically we have 4 main objectives. And the first objective is just to strengthen our social capital as wadau or football stakeholders, the fans mainly. And we believe that if we come together as a group, it's easier for us to be heard. That's the first objective. The second one is to ensure there's development of the stakeholders physically, socially, economically, and above all health-wise, because mental health is a serious issue. And you find most of these people, some of them after retiring from active football or professional football, they go through a lot. They want to be integrated into society. They want to belong. So there's that issue of mental health that we're trying to curb. When they come for such tournaments, it's something good for them. It's like more of a therapy. Then we also have the issue of demonstrating the economic and social value of sports, specifically football, through such initiatives. Other than that, we're also looking at ensuring that there's growth of football across gender and to ensure that in all ages, if we can develop football through structures, the under 23, under 17, and down there up to under 9. So we're also looking at that. And with those 4 objectives, that's why I can say we are here, and happily we are doing this for the 4th year running.
And aside from that, this tournament that you are having at the moment, you are dedicating it to a former, Gor Mahia player.
Yes, yes. It's in honor. Every year we try to find a theme around the fiesta. Like you can remember last year, we raised $500,000 that has been catering for Ezekiel Otuoma's medical health to date. It's also been catering for his transport services for the past 1 year. This year we lost Amdao, Rafael Asudi, former Gor Mahia Sofapaka player, on the pitch playing this non-professional football. So we decided that was back in August. So we decided that this year maybe we honor him in absentia with this. We contribute something and give back to the family just to bring a smile on their faces. Other than that, we're also trying whatever we'll contribute from here. We'll try to sensitize players on the dangers or the impact of long-term injuries they sustain when they're playing professional football. For example, like Rafael's case, Rafael sustained an injury. And then after that, it's due to that injury that he had to retire from football. And as a result of that injury, unfortunately, he lost his life. So we're just trying to sensitize them that other than this issue of playing, you can sustain injuries, and the best way to ensure that you are properly or you're well again is to ensure that you go for checkups and all that, to ensure that there's that clean bill of health. Yeah.
Such tournaments are slowly gaining momentum in the country.
of course, as Kulundeng, you also have a team that plays in the Wadau League, which I saw the motto is for fans, by fans for fans.
Right.
What can you attribute that to?
I think it's a wake-up call to the management, those who are managing football in Kenya. You find that, like you see today, it's attracting a lot of people. Vis-a-vis when you go to mainstream or professional football matches, you get, for example, a team like Talanta playing a team like, let's say, Moroni. You won't find players there, but you won't find fans there. But fans are galvanizing through this initiative. It means that there's something that we are doing that they should emulate, or rather, they should bring us on the decision-making table, and we help them. Because at the end of the day, the main aim is to help Kenyan football grow and to help fans go back to the stadiums. Because with the fans back to the stadiums, we'll have more sponsors, and the game will grow definitely.
What does the future hold for Kulundeng?
I can't say the future is bright, Robinson. The future is bright. We're gonna be consistent, and we're thinking of going national. Right now we are Nairobi based, but we're thinking we're going regional, then national, then after which maybe our strategic plan is that in 5 years time, we do such a thing, but an East Africa, Sekafa sort of. Yeah.
And we have seen, former footballers, like we are having Ulinzi legends, embracing this. What does that say about, your tournament?
Definitely what I just say, that they are seeing that there's some value being added. And they're seeing that there's something we're doing that they want to relate to or to relate with, that maybe they've been missing in the mainstream or professional football. So as I've said, it's a wake-up call to the leadership, and just to make them understand that we might not be there in those offices, but there's a way, if given a chance or if called upon, we can help in trying to tell them 1, 2, 3 things that can be done to ensure that football grows in Kenya.
You also decided to invite Bunge FC to come and take part in some of the earlier matches for the day.
Yeah, it's all about packaging. Earlier Bunge FC played alongside ex-Harambee Stars internationals. It was an entertaining match. We're just trying to package this thing so that we have as many stakeholders as possible, so that we can attract as many fans as possible. So Bunge FC, we sold to them our objectives, our narrative, and why we're doing this, and they liked it, and they said, why not? So they were here, and they've promised to support us in a bigger way. Yeah. Not only Bunge FC, but there's also a team from Tanzania which was here. From Arusha.
Yes.
That's a goal. Wow.
Yeah, a goal has been conceded. But unfortunately, it's offside. Yes.
It's offside. All right.
Offside, yes.
Yeah, so you can see how it is electric. Yes. Electric is the word. So there's a team, as I was saying, a team from Tanzania, a team of lawyers. They were playing at lawyers' derby. They squared it out with our Kenyan lawyers, and unfortunately the Tanzanian lawyers won. So you see, we've started attracting teams also from other countries, and that's a thing that also it's a strategy for us.
Finally, having women take part in the tournament, what can you say about that?
Yeah, I told you about our objectives, and I told you that we're also looking at cross-gender participation in football, and women football has been neglected for so long. It's obvious. You look at what they are given at the end of the tournament, at the end of it, 9 months. It's peanuts rather. So we're saying we have to demonstrate. We can't just say. We have to demonstrate that we also want to support women football, and that's why we're saying in this speech, at least we have to have ladies in each and every team. There has to be at least 2 ladies who are registered with the teams. We are starting in a smaller way, 2 ladies per team. But in future, we are planning to also have ladies teams participating differently from men's teams. Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, Bobby. Appreciate for your time. So much, I get to speak to other people that have come here. We get to hear what they have to say. Thank you for giving us your time here on KTN News. The name is?
Abdallah Yusuf, president of Donholm Seniors Football Club. Yeah, we did participate in this tournament.
Yes.
They're actually doing this tournament in honor of one of our guy who lost his life on the pitch. His name is Rafael Asudi.
Yes.
We lost him in Thika Stadium. We are playing against Thika Vitambi in this Wadau League.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he passed on. Yeah.
Yes, the tournament is about, honoring the life of a former player who lost, who lost his life while, enjoying the game that he loves. What does that mean for you? What does that mean for you as a chair of your club?
As the president of Donholm's Seniors Football Club, we're actually very thankful to Kulundeng, the management, because they have done this in honor of one of our players. So we actually say thank you to the management once again, and we are doing this because these players, once they retire, they normally have like mental issues. Others don't have anything to do, so we try and keep them busy over the weekends, and then at least when they go home, they have something to take to their family.
Yes, from Donholm City FC. We've seen such tournament gaining traction in the country of late. Of course, not the professional tournaments, but these tournaments are gaining traction. What do you have to say about that?
They're actually gaining attraction and much more than even the Kenya Premier League at the moment, because there's good management in it, and then once a promise is made to the team, it's actually being fulfilled. Unlike this and other competitive tournaments, whereby a winner will be told he'll take like $1 million or something, and then nothing comes out.
And finally, do you see yourself probably in the future winning the tournament?
Actually, to be honest, we were the favorites to win the tournament, but we lost through penalties against a team from Machakos. That's the unfortunate part. Yes.
Well, thanks a lot for your time. I appreciate it. Let's now speak to Japheth. For the final event for Kulundeng this year. We've had a couple of events throughout the year. What can you say about how the year has been?
Very well. First of all, thank you for this opportunity. Today, we are congregating here because of the Kulundeng Fiesta finals. But before the finals, we had our own match. We had an exhibition match pitting Tanzanian advocates and Kenyan advocates. So our team...
Therefore, but we lost.
Yeah, we lost, but it was more of an exhibition match, more of an interaction match. So we just wanted to interact, feel, and get to know one another. So we allowed them basically even to beat us in the spirit of East and Central African cooperation. Yeah, so the activities that have culminated into the finals were so good, great, and fair. And we thank the organizers for that. Yes.
Kulundeng is slowly gaining lots of traction. Teams want to take part in this competition. What can you say about the growth of Kulundeng Festival rather?
There's some uniqueness in the manner in which they do the organization. That uniqueness is appealing. It's magnetic. Something that is magnetic just attracts. So the way they even package themselves, as you can see, the branding appeals to people of this age group. That is why everyone wants to be part, to associate with them. So the organizing committee, the way they are packaging themselves, this is what is making people.
Do you feel like probably that is what is lacking in Kenyan football?
For Kenyan football, I'm also involved in a lot of issues in Kenyan football. We have our own challenges, which probably may have led to the stagnation of the growth of the sport. And packaging, when we faced a ban, most of the potential sponsors retaliated by going away. You remember last time when the former cabinet secretary of sports, Amina Mohammed, disbanded the federation, on the very, very day, the then sponsor, StarTimes, the broadcasting sponsor, pulled out. The betting partner also pulled out. So the intermeddling and part of the political discourse that somehow affects the running and managing of football will definitely repel potential sponsors. Yes.
From what you see, what does the future hold for such tournaments?
For such tournaments, definitely what I know, the future is so bright, given that they are doing it in association with the federation. They have gotten the nod of the federation. So it is important that such platforms are also deconcentrated. Like this is the Karamoja Cup. I host my own tournament with the emerging law firms. It's also gaining traction.
When are we coming for that tournament?
This year we held it in July 14th. Next year we are inviting you. There's so much pressure from advocates that we host it early as February. So we had a big turnout of 25 teams of advocates and law firms. So we are going to host them. But what I always insist, we have to do and align with what the federation is calling for, so that we make them aware. And once we make them aware, even the potential players, there are people who want to retire earlier, probably because of injuries, but they're so good. Some of these teams, some of the recruiting teams, come and pluck them out for hiring. So the future is so bright and so good. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Japheth. Looking forward to the lawyers tournament. Hopefully you'll be okay.
Yeah.
You'll have recovered.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, Lillian, thank you for your time and thank you for agreeing to speak to us here on KTN News. The final, leg of the Kulundeng Festival for 2024. How has it been?
Well, the organization has been so good. We thank all the 16 teams that have participated. We've had it has been a knockout kind of match. And so far it's been so good. It's been quite interactive and quite electric. Every game has been a final in its own self. Yeah, and so far so good.
I mean, what goes into planning such a tournament that can run 4 times in a year?
Oh my. It calls for brains, first of all, and commitment. It also calls for what are your objectives, what do you want to achieve as KO, and what do you want to achieve with such a tournament. So for the 4 years running, we've been having objectives every year for our tournaments. Like this year, we were standing with the family of Rafael Asudi, one of the players for Donholm Seniors who passed away on the field playing against Thika Vitambi. So last year we did it for Otuoma. Yes, so we always have this for purposes of building social capital, networking, and also creating, promoting our brand as KO. Yeah.
Why is it that this tournament is getting such traction? Lots of people are turning out to come and just see former players and the not so professional players play.
Well, this is KO, Kulundeng Original. Yes. And the way we do our things, it's always, we set the standards. We set the bar so high and everybody always wants to see what's in store this time around that KO has. So that's one thing that keeps our peers attracted and attached and to what is it that we want to bring on board this time around. They're always feeling challenged. But I thank my team for the brains behind all this.
Yes. Finally, next year, what should we look forward to?
Bigger and better. Bigger and better.
And finally, we get to speak to a player that was in action earlier in the morning for the Tanzanian. Remember, there was a Tanzanian team that was playing against the Kenyan lawyers, and they are called Wakili Veteran. Hussein, mambo vipi?
Poa poa, niaje?
Tuko fiti. Mliamua leo wa Kenya walali?
Kabisa. Of course tuna siku ya 3 tangu tumeingia Nairobi. Tulishacheza mechi kadhaa kabla tujafika Nairobi. Kaijado pale tulicheza mechi na Afya FC. Of course tulipata ushindi mzuri tu bao 2-1. And then tukapumzika. Siku ya Alhamisi ya asubuhi, yani jioni, tulicheza mechi ya kirafiki na timu Simba ya hapa Nairobi. Of course ile tuliweza kupoteza kwa mabao 3-2. Lakini leo Ijumaa tukapumzika. Then siku ya leo tumekuja kucheza na wanasheria wenzetu. Kwa tulikuwa tunakumbushana kidogo vifungu vya kisheria tukiwa uwanjani. Na bahati nzuri tunashukuru Mungu tumeweza kuibuka ushindi wa mabao 2-1. Of course kila mwaka sisi kama Wakili Veterani tunakuja kwenye hii KO Fiesta editions. Hii ni edition ya 4. Mwaka jana pia tulikuwepo na mwaka huu tumekuja na inshallah mwakani pia tutakuwa hivyo. Sisi kwetu tunaichukulia ni kama fursa na tumeshaona kwamba kwa Nairobi hapa au Kenya tayari ni kama nyumbani. Yaani muda wote tunaweza tukaja tukaondoka. Kama hivi nilivyosema tumeshakaa takriban siku 4. Umeona next time tunaweza kama tukakaa wiki nzima. Ni hii tu tournament sema inachukua almost mwezi mzima. So kukaa mwezi mzima hapa kwa sababu na sisi tuna mashughuli yetu tunafanya inaweza kaa changamoto. That's why tunakuja ile siku ya finali. Lakini tutaangalia kwa sababu mara nyingi tunavyokuja tunapata mialiko kadhaa wa kadha. Of course mpaka sasa kuna mwaliko tumepata, kuna timu inaitwa Unfit ya hapa Nairobi wanatamani kuja Arusha kuweza kucheza mechi, then wakija then sisi tutajitahidi kuweza kuja. Sisi kama Wakili Veterani kwa hii Afrika Mashariki yote tunaitamani kuweza kuitembea yote na kuweza kucheza mechi Afrika Mashariki. Mwaka huu mwezi wa 3 tulikwenda Kampala. Tulienda kucheza na waheshimiwa wabunge wa bunge la Uganda. Of course mwaka huu tena mwezi wa 5 wabunge waheshimiwa wa Kenya walikuja Tanzania tukacheza nao. So sasa hivi tuko ni mpango mwakani mwezi wa 3 tunakwenda Kigali. Then baada ya Kigali tutacheza na Watanzania wenzetu wabunge waheshimiwa na Zanzibar, ndio tutaenda Burundi. Kwa hiyo tunataka tuimalize hii Afrika Mashariki yote. Tukishaimaliza tutaanza kuanza huko South na kwenyewe. Yeah.
Na mechi yenyewe tournament yenyewe umeona ikiwa vipi? Manake huu ni mwaka wa 4 mkishiriki.
Yeah. inakuwa kubwa. Kila mwaka inakuwa kubwa. Na of course kwa sababu sisi tumeungwa hata kwenye group la management ambao wanaihost hii kitu. Kwa kuna vitu ambavyo sisi tunaweza kuviona vinafanyika. Maana yake kila mwaka kuna improvement zinaonekana. Kwa probably hata mwakani, kwa sababu sisi ndio we only Tanzania ambao tumekuja hapa. Kwa probably mwakani tunaweza tukashauriana basi at least zikaja hata timu 2, timu 3 ili ile siku ya finali basi shughuli kaanza asubuhi, kwa sababu nimeambiwa na uwanja unataa. Kwa tukaanza mapema tu, Watanzania wakawa 2 watatu, timu 2 au timu 3, then tukashindana kidogo, kukawa na ka trophy cha wale ambao ni wageni waalikwa, special invitees. Then wao wakashindana, basi at least wanakuja tu wanacheza, then wanashinda wanaondoka. At least kukawa na kazawadi kao inaweza kupendeza zaidi. Lakini hizo ni baadhi ya improvement ambazo tunaweza tukazifanya. Lakini tournament imekuwa ni kubwa sana, na kwa Tanzania watu wanaifahamu pia vile vile, wanatamani kupata hiyo fursa ya kuja kushiriki, lakini sisi kama wakili tuna hiyo fursa ya moja kwa moja niweze kusema. Kwa tunashukuru sana wa Kenya kwa kutuhost vile vile, mna hospitality nzuri, na sisi tunasema Mkenya yote akija Tanzania afila at home. Yani atapata, yani akija Tanzania kila kitu tutakava sisi. Yeye ni aje tu. Malazi, chakula, tena chakula kizuri sana. Waje. Yani kama unataka kuja Tanzania, Arusha hapa ni karibu, kilomita almost 300 kutoka Nairobi. Tunakaribisha. Wao akija Arusha wafila tu home. Yani pale kila kitu tutakava sisi wenyewe.